Hello, collective. Welcome to your reading. Alrighty, collective. This is the general spirit check-in, not a one-to-one spirit check-in. So you might not resonate with the whole reading. You might not resonate with any of the reading. Whatever you do resonate with, please take what you need and leave the rest behind. Collective, I could be picking up on your energy or on the energy of someone who's in your energy. So if it doesn't feel like I'm speaking about you, please switch the energies around. All right. And with this comes a warning. Okay, my readings can be very hard. I bring in a lot of very high voltage knowledge into my readings. If you find that my readings offend you, please unsubscribe or click off and come back again later on. Okay, maybe in a month, maybe in a year, however. But I don't ever want to hurt anybody. These readings are shamanic, they are healing, they are full of knowledge, okay? And before I begin the reading, I would like to say thank you to my channel members. These are the paid members, the medicine keepers of the channel. And they are S. Wright, Dean or Deanne Hart, Raylana Anana, Dundee Murray, Cher, Kate M, Jace Frankson, Starlight, Jill Erica, Maggie Wilson, Lionel Duarte, Vicky Desiderada, Monique C, Stacy S, Adelpha's Door, Ksenia, Julie, Love Is, Kat Zettler, Kate Johns, and Chris Mason. Thank you very much, channel members. Thank you so very much for your monthly membership. It means a lot to me. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to start pulling some cards now. I hope everybody is safe and well wherever you are in the world. Okay, here we go. Okay, first card. Sacred. Sacred. There you go. Secrecy. Ooh, I love that connection. Sacred and secrecy. Beautiful. Ooh. So you're tapping into something within yourself, something that is very sacred, or somebody has introduced you to something that has helped you discover something you've always known within yourself. Maybe you were too afraid to connect with it. Maybe you weren't sure. Maybe you weren't ready until now, or until very recently anyway. But whatever this is, you were keeping it quiet, and good. Seriously, they say to tell of your magic means you lose it. And if you don't believe me, tell somebody something that is very magical that works for you. Tell other people about it and see if it works again. You'll see. But enter this at your own risk, though. Okay, don't come back and tell me like, no, believe me or don't. So, experiment. Okay, believe nothing. Experiment. Okay, so here we are. So sacred, secrecy, unveiling. So you're definitely unveiling something hidden within some sort of sacred feminine, some sort of sacred feminine within you. Ooh, and then Father, just as I said, sacred feminine, and Father shows up. Interesting. Maybe you see your father in a very sacred way, in a very sacred light. Maybe you are a father and you have a connection to something within yourself that is very sacred. Yeah, okay, that just landed in someone. That just landed in someone. I can feel that. So you are a father. You've accessed something within yourself. Maybe you've brought in new knowledge from somewhere and it activated something within your soul. You're keeping it very quiet, but it's an unveiling of you. It's an unveiling of your ancestry. They're also saying it's an unveiling of new will. New will. Ooh, what is this? Let's see, shall we? For others of you, this could be about your father, something that was very sacred and secret. Maybe you're discovering something about your father that you never knew before. You're unveiling some sort of secrecy, some sort of sacred secrecy about your father, which means you're unveiling it about your own lineage. Very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. I love that. Okay. Okay, sacred. Okay, we've got the Seven of Wands and the King of Cups. Oh, yep. Okay. Ooh, the Magician and the Three of Cups. Maybe you're discovering your father was tapped into magician energy. Whatever he was doing, your father or you, whatever you're unearthing in yourself, there's some sort of victorious energy, but also a very protective energy. You're protecting something as you should. If this is sacred, this is something within you that means a lot to you, I would be very careful who you let in on this, okay? King of Cups, something that allows you or your father or you as a father to rule with very, very grounded emotion, very much master of your emotions, very compassionate ruler. Very compassionate, very, very grounded. You're not ruled by your emotions. Very stable, very balanced energy. And tapping into your Three of Cups, also too, your Magician energy with your Three of Cups. So maybe you're finding out your father was part of a magician circle or coven. I don't want to know if coven is the right circle. A magician circle. Could have been part of a magician circle. But tapped into something where he had a sense of community. He was even celebrated, or he was celebrating something. There was some sort of celebration going on. Maybe this has to do with Venus, like something like something hands-on, something very hands-on. Whatever it was, he was working on it with his hands, whether he was building it, but it was hands-on. You can touch it, you can weigh it, you can touch it, you can smell it, it's hands-on. So he was doing something with people that he trusted, or you're doing something that you are building that is hands-on with people that you trust, with people that celebrate you, with people that celebrate you within something that is very, very sacred between you and them. And if this is with your father, it was something very sacred between your father and the people that he was working with on some sort of a project, some kind of a powerful project, or maybe not powerful, maybe, but I see the magician here, so I'm feeling like he was accessing his own inner power to create something, to create some sort of a new, it's not gonna fall off, is it? Whoops, careful, there we go. So on the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Cups, yes, something that was nurturing himself, could have nurturing also his family. If this is you, this is nurturing yourself and the people around you. Very beautiful. What is secrecy? What is secrecy? The Lovers in reverse and the Star in reverse. Something that was allowing you, yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, something that was allowing you to access something within yourself. Some sort of separation from something in your life. You've been working on something that allowed you to separate from something that kept your divine masculine and your divine feminine together, creating under one. Instead, whatever was here kept it apart, kept it, the masculine and the feminine energies apart from each other. And because of that, there was a lack of healing, because the masculine and feminine, in a certain level, it wasn't that there was no healing, but the healing that you or your father maybe wanted to achieve was at a higher level. So whatever was keeping you and your divine masculine and your divine feminine apart from each other, it was keeping you from accessing a higher dimension until you left home. It's interesting. You left home, turning your back on an energy that kept you out of alignment with you, kept you out of alignment. Because see how he's got his back to the Queen of Cups in reverse. So something that kept you out of alignment with your own self-nurturing. And I'm feeling that whatever this work that this is, I'm feeling that there's other people attached to this, and I don't feel it's your immediate family. Like, I feel like it's other people around you that were plugged into the Lovers in reverse, that were plugged into, that were contributing to you not having balanced access to your masculine and feminine energies to create together. Whoever these people were contributing to the separation of, it's like the two halves of your brain, you know, the two halves of your soul, masculine and feminine, you know, keeping them apart from each other. Kept you from trusting yourself, kept you from trusting yourself, and kept your father from trusting himself, possibly. But whatever this is, whatever work and project that you would come into, You weren't talking about it. Whatever healing you were doing in order to restore what felt unhealed, you're keeping it very quiet. And that's very good. That's a very good thing. Good for you. I would do the same. In fact, I do the same. I do the same. I don't talk about everything. I don't share certain things about myself like at all, you know, and nor should I, nor should you, you know. So especially things that hold magic, hold my magic, I don't share those with anybody. I used to share these things with people who showed me that they were not worthy of any part of my life, you know. So yeah, not just family, but also people who I thought were friends and things like that, right? But I mean, we all have to go through that in like awakening. You don't get to take everybody with you. You want everybody to come with you, but you can't take everybody with you. You know, not everybody is meant for the higher dimensions or the lower. When I say higher dimensions, I also mean lower dimensions. So there are people that are not interested in accessing the lower dimensions. They'd rather chase after the high dimensions. Okay. Okay. Go right ahead. What is unveiling? What is unveiling? Unveiling. We have the Eight of Swords. Okay, hold on. What is this Eight of Swords? What is this? I feel like whatever you were in was something that you were not aware of, and you are unveiling this. See how the person is blindfolded? Yes, and you're kind of surrounded by swords that are in the ground. I feel like because you're blindfolded, or whoever this was there was a measure of confusion. You could step out, but you're not clear about where the opening is and of course this is all in the mind. So you're not sure what's okay, where can you tread, where can you walk, what's acceptable, where can I have access, where I can get out of this state of mind. So something with this Lovers in reverse that kept a very primal part of you disconnected. You disconnected from a primal part of yourself, or maybe this was your father who was disconnected from a very primal part of himself. Nine of Swords in reverse. So also the returning of hope. So whatever this was, you had sat in this for a while. This wasn't just some one and done. And this wasn't some recent phase. It wasn't just a phase you were going through. I feel like you've been accessing this or attempting to access this dimension of yourself for a while. Yes, returning hope. And it brings you, whatever happens here with the returning of hope, maybe that's what gets you out of the Eight of Swords, is you're returning, you're beginning to trust in yourself. And trusting in yourself, you kind of enter into a kind of a rest, because there's nothing to really worry about then. Once you trust yourself, you have that kind of calm knowing that everything's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. This was you or your father. Maybe this is you going through all of this. Maybe you aren't even a father. Maybe you are a female and your father's been watching you unearth this also too. That could be very much it also. Your father, oh, I just got vertigo. That landed with somebody. That landed somewhere. Your father could be watching you being very protective over a new aspect of yourself that you have accessed that is very sacred, that kept, and you moving away from the division within yourself. You're moving away from the lack of healing, turning your back on being insecure and feeling like a martyr, like turning your back on old behavior, old ways of coping, I feel. And with this comes a little bit of disorientation. Yes, there's some disorientation that is to be expected when you're coming out of defensive areas of your life where you've been defended or not out in the open yet. Not out in the open yet. Like you're still... But coming out in the open, whatever this was, wherever you were, coming out in the open, all of these, okay, coming out in the open was disorienting. But that didn't last long because it gave you a hell of a lot of new hope. Not even new hope, but hope that it had kind of anchored you, gave you the endurance that also helped you with enduring whatever this was that was very hard to endure. Okay, and for Father, so if this was your father watching you go through this, your father maybe couldn't join you because maybe your father hadn't yet learned to tell the truth. And for those of you who are a father or unearthing stuff about your father, I'm feeling like you or your father was in this new era of secrecy, are aware of the people you've had to leave behind who were attached to the lovers in reverse that kept you out of alignment with yourself. I feel like you're aware that these people couldn't tell the truth. They could not leave behind their like dead weight. They were carrying dead weight. You know, I always correspond this card, the Six of Swords, to the land, to the Charon and the ferryman. And whoever leaves the land of the dead has to tell Charon the truth. And then Charon takes you from the land of the dead into the land of the living. Well, when it's in reverse, it means somebody can't tell the truth. Therefore, somebody cannot relinquish their dead weight. They can't leave the dead. They're having, you know that saying, let the dead bury their dead? They cannot leave the dead yet. They're still stuck in the tomb. They're still in the tomb. The tomb is the womb. But as for you, there is a returning hope. For those of you that are feminine, whose father is watching you go through this, there is a returning hope. You have a returning hope. Your father's watching. You have a returning hope. For you who was watching your father or learning, discovering something about your father, this becoming aware of who is involved in this, knowing, I'm feeling like, I feel like your father got out of this. But I feel like he also suffered. I feel like your father also suffered quite a bit. But he was able to overcome this. I feel like you would watch him overcome this. You yourself as a father have overcome a lot and your life is improving. But I feel like you don't see I feel like you don't see how far you've come. I feel like you don't see how far you have come. You don't see the work you have done. I feel like, and that's so true. You know, when you're coming into areas of yourself that are new areas, and you're accessing new dimensions of sacredness, you're trying to keep it, you're keeping it quiet. This is something that is very important to you. You're unveiling things about yourself. You know, if you're watching your father go through this, Yeah, I feel like your father was very hard on himself also too. And he didn't see his worth. I feel like he didn't see his worth. He didn't see, pardon me, like he didn't see, he couldn't see himself clearly. He couldn't see his self-worth clearly. But I'm feeling like, for those of you that are unearthing mysteries and discoveries about your father, I'm feeling like that self-worth would be discovered by you. Like I'm just seeing somebody finding an old journal. I'm seeing somebody's found an old journal. Maybe it was in a wall, like buried in a wall. Maybe it was something in somebody's estate. It was part of their estate when they passed away, and it got handed down to you, and you got to access all of your father's, not necessarily secrets, but secrets, you know, like kind of accessing his pain. And the Four of Pentacles upright. Yes, it's like you're following on. For those of you that are watching your father, you're following on your father's work. Even though I feel like your father is passed on. I feel like he's passed on and you are continuing his work. Maybe you are a family of magicians, like, or some sort of shamanic work. Because the magician is very similar to the shaman. It's very, very similar work. Okay? And for those of you whose father is watching you also too, watching your life improve, I feel like he had a measure of indecision in him. He had a measure of indecision. I feel like he wanted to, even though we're supposed to follow in our father's footsteps, but I'm feeling like your father was very inspired by you and by the work you were doing, and he almost wanted to pick up this work. But when you've come along down a path for so long, and then you try to turn, like make a U-turn, but by then you're tired, you're exhausted, you've given the best years of your life to these previous years, like these are spent. And I feel like your father had a measure of has a measure, because I feel like for those of you whose father's watching you, I feel like your father's still alive, and he has a measure of indecision. Is he going to join you? Is he going to walk this path with you? Is he going to start doing his own work? His own work? Do you hear what I'm saying? Absolutely. But I feel like there is... I feel like you don't see how far you've come. Like you don't see how far you've come. And it's almost like your father was looking for more proof, or looking for more reasons. There's not enough reason for him to abandon his life or something like that. And not necessarily abandon his life, but change tracks. And for you as a father, yeah, I feel like you're very hard on yourself. I feel like you're very hard on yourself. Okay, let's start another card. Ooh, evil eye. What is that about? This is a whole new row now. Evil eye. I don't feel this is from your father I don't feel like this is an evil eye. Oh, freedom. Oh, what I'm feeling is that you've accessed freedom and someone's given you the evil eye. What gives you the right? What gives you the right to be free and be happy? Because I chose it. Confidence. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Confidence. Beautiful. Yes, you've chosen freedom. You are confident. Yes, I feel like you've been doing some work maybe with your ancestry, doing ancestral work and understanding your ancestry. Maybe there is shamanism in your ancestry. Maybe your father was a magician in a sacred order. That could very well be too. Maybe you are a father as a magician in a sacred secret order. That's beautiful. I love that. I love that. Good for you. Very cool. All right, and command. Command. It's supposed to be command. Command. Yes, because I feel like when you walk into a room, just your presence commands respect. You don't demand respect, you command respect. Like it is, you are, I feel like you're very respectful. I'm seeing Anthony Hopkins in the movie Meet Joe Black. And he was a man who commanded respect because he was such a good man. People just wanted to be around him. He just commanded respect. It came out of him. It oozed out of him. Everybody loved him. They wanted to be around him. They wanted to serve him. They loved to work for him, all of it, except for that one guy that would. Anyway, see the movie Meet Joe Black. It's such a good movie. Okay. What is evil eye, creator? What is evil eye? Okay, Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, whoever's watching you come into something very sacred. You've unearthed something within your ancestry, maybe about your father. But you're working very hard, working very, very hard. Yeah, whoever is watching you is very deceptive. We've got the Seven of Swords and the King of Pentacles. So whoever is watching you is sending you the evil eye, is aware that you are working very hard. I feel like there's, I just heard the word lazy. So I feel like somebody who's watching you could be very lazy, maybe in the area that you're working hard on. Maybe they just have no interest in it, but they're still mad at you that you're doing it, you know? And watching you happiness is the worst revenge. I'm telling you. So whoever is watching you and has been deceptive of you is watching you work hard and have a love of abundance and shifting your energy, mastering into your life. Ahukin was a Polynesian shaman who traveled by day as himself, and at night he traveled as a jaguar. So with freedom here, we've got the Nine of Wands. So you are one hell of a force to be reckoned with. You have a certain freedom about you because look at how this snake weaves in and out of all the spirals. It weaves effortlessly. There's this snake that is weaving through the spirals here. Can you see him? And spirals are indicative of unending cosmic evolution. They're also indicative of conflict. You put two opposites together and you've got a spiral. That's what the yin yang is. It's a spiral. So I feel like you can move. What's the word I'm looking for, creator? Move, pivot, maneuver. You can maneuver around conflict. Where conflict may have felt very uncomfortable for you, possibly at one time in your life, possibly, it doesn't anymore. You effortlessly can maneuver through conflict now. around conflict, see people in conflict, trust the conflict. Unless somebody wants your help, then you can help out. But I feel like you have an air of freedom because you're no longer afraid of conflict, meaning you're no longer afraid of yourself in conflict. Absolutely. So whatever's happened to you, you have come through something that has accessed, where you have accessed your courage, you've accessed your power and your confidence. Oh, it's too many, creator. There's like 10 cards there. Too many, too many, too many. Nine of Wands and then Nine of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you have a certain smugness. You have a certain smugness about your freedom. Like you're very content. Like you're very content about where you are at this point in your life. Very content right now with your freedom. I love it. That is awesome. Very cool. And the Eight of Cups in reverse. Yes, joy and festivity. Because you have, like I said, this evil eye. Somebody's given you the evil eye, and yet you can maneuver through conflict and around uncomfortable energies like, okay, whatever, do what you gotta do, man, you know? And you're just got a sense of joy and festivity. What is confidence, creator? What is confidence? The King of Wands, the Hermit, and Zeus in reverse. So yes, So your King of Wands energy with confidence. You've accessed, like I said, you've already have this here, the magician energy. So you have accessed something here, like your masculine magician energy within you. Even if you are a woman, you have accessed your magician energy, your masculine magician energy in the King of Wands. Plus, you're very inward. You have a very beautiful connection inwardly. This gives you a lot of confidence. And there is a new power. You are accessing a new power, an old power, no longer something. Maybe this is the government system. Maybe it's some sort of system that is outside of you that is no longer has power over you. Maybe family system, maybe government system, maybe workplace system, but there's some sort of a worldly power, worldly authority that no longer has power over you. You've come into your sovereignty. And that's why command is here. Because you command, I'm feeling like you have a beautiful relationship with the field. And when you do certain rituals, you can command. You can command like prayers. Prayers is putting motion into energy, putting wheels of power into motion. And this is for good, for the better of all, you know, for the good of all. Beautiful, beautiful. What is command, creator? What is command? The Three of Wands in reverse. So whatever, the Three of Wands in reverse. So some sort of obstacles here that you've had to go up against, that you're going up against right now. But these obstacles do not block the way. Obstacles are the way. Mary O'Malley said it this way: what's in the way is the way. Ace of Swords in reverse. Ooh, that puts a different spin on this. Whatever you have commanded. Aww. I feel like, yes, it is a disaster to your father who could be watching you because you're going to be leaving home. You're leaving, maybe you're leaving their actual home house that you grew up in with your father, or you're leaving a comfort zone, something within you. Maybe this isn't even a father. Maybe this is just father energy in you. But you've left, there's something that where you've left something behind. You've left something behind you. There's a power on the earth that does not have power over you anymore. Whatever obstacles you go through, you're going to be getting through it. Because the disaster that comes upon, and I'm feeling this is like a father energy, some sort of maybe your father wanted to command you. Maybe you as a father. Maybe you are a father watching your daughter leave home and watching your son leave home. Maybe you watched your daughter or your son go through a lot of hardship or some hardship that really impacted you. You know, I remember watching my daughter go through certain struggles that really impacted me too. So I understand that. I totally do. But yeah, that's what I feel like you are leaving home. Yes, because whatever power this is, you are leaving something within yourself where you've lived in this comfort zone or this mindset or belief system or something like that for a long time, but you were now leaving, you were going. You've gone through your own obstacles in order to come into your own sense of power. Yeah, and what's on the bottom of the deck for this baby is 5 of Wands upright. So a lot of learning to trust yourself in this new power. I feel like whatever has collapsed, like this Zeus energy, whatever has collapsed with this Emperor energy, it's going to take some time for you to develop, well, not even that. It may take some time. There's some sort of a competitive energy here, some sort of rivalry. Maybe you're going to be arguing with yourself about something, but you're going to be finding a new balance in this. You're going to be finding a new sense of balance in this, whatever this is. Whatever new power you're coming into, whatever secrecy you've unveiled with your father, about your father, whether you are a father, you know, either way. But I'm feeling like you're coming into your own sense of agency, and maybe there's going to be other people around you that are like jealous of it, that are competitive with your power, with your new sense of power, that are yeah. Whatever this is, though, your life is changing, so get ready, man. Okay. I'm going to pull an archetype card. What is some more instruction here? Some more messages here, Creator? What's another message? Femme fatale. What is this? What? Oh, what? Femme fatale.
Death of a woman.
Femme fatale. So the light attributes highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Shadow attributes of this are inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. So maybe you're finding out that your father had a secret sacred lover. You know, it could be, you know. Maybe you're married to somebody who is like a femme fatale. Oh my goodness, I was not expecting that, but highlights the erotic energy of the feminine. Opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. So maybe that's what's going on here, because the disaster here and the Three of Wands in reverse, like some sort of obstacle, some sort of debacle, kind of something happened, some sort of a disaster, and someone is leaving home, someone is leaving a comfort zone for a long time. Maybe somebody's going through like a divorce, maybe not. Wow, that put a totally different spin on this reading. All right, let's pull a demonic. What are the demonic challenges? What are the darker challenges of this dynamic? What are the darker challenges of this dynamic? This is number 58. This is Amy. Corresponds to the number 5, to the 5 of Cups. Oh. This is again Venus energy. Man, it's been Venus and Venus and Venus and Venus. Almost every card I've pulled has been Venus. Also Capricorn. The 5 of Cups. So this is water also too. So this is what this card looks like. Okay, let's get my book, my chart, and see what this dark energy has come to obstruct. The 5 of Cups, number 58. Loss. Oh, loss. Caution. 5 of Cups. So maybe there's been a femme fatale that caused your father a 5 of Cups, like a great sense of loss. So corresponds to the zodiac Capricorn and the planet Mercury. Sorry, Mercury, not Venus. Mercury, which is the god of technology and communication. Okay, interesting. So maybe this femme fatale has something to do with this darker energy. Look at this. Ew, look at how the demon's tail is wrapped around that man. Maybe there was a woman that had her Looks like some sort of a demon. I'm feeling this isn't a demon. I'm feeling the heads of, because you can see the heads of the demons there, and I feel like these are the lower natures of the planets, of the 7 planets, like the lower greed, wrath, sloth, gluttony, pride, envy, and what's the other one? Envy and pride, greed, wrath, sloth, gluttony, envy, pride, and yeah, whatever. But I'm feeling that's what those were. So maybe it doesn't have anything to do with femme fatale. Maybe, all of us have to deal with these heads, these 7-headed dragon, okay? The 7-headed dragon is basically the powers of the lower worlds, the powers of the planets of the lower natures of the planet and how they work on us. Okay? Now let's pull in angelic. What is the angelic energy with this? What is the angelic energy? So some sort of a great loss and caution. Maybe there's a femme fatale around a father that needs to be careful. Maybe, okay, there it is. Strength, the raising god, Hakamaya. Loyalty, delivery from those who seek to oppress and brings victory. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, so whatever's going on here, whatever is happening here, there's a lower energy. We have contracts with demons as well as angels, okay? So I'm feeling like whatever darker energy that has come here to bring caution, to bring loss. Oh, maybe the femme fatale energy has come into your father's life. If you are a father, maybe it's come into your life because something in your life needs to be dismantled. So that's what I'm feeling. This is sort of a destructive energy. But you have strength here. You have strength. You have the angelic, the power of the angelic that is here to help you, that is in you, that is you. Okay? All right. Well, good luck, you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next reading. All righty.